tubers, welcome back to Maxwell Starr's beer review. Tonight we're going to take a look at an extra special treat. This one is Chauvin's Trappe Tripel. This is a Trappist ale from, this is actually the Trappist brewery that is the only brewery outside of Belgium. This is the Trappist brewery that's located in the Netherlands. Brewed and bottled by Brasserie Brews de Chauvin. 5,000 aged Tilburg, the Netherlands, West-Pays-Bas. To discover the specialty of La Trappe Ale with its pleasant, full-bodied taste. Ingredients are water, barley malt, hops, and yeast. Taste the silence. Product of the Netherlands. It's a triple style, which means it's I've heard a couple of different explanations of what a triple is. One being that it uses triple the amount of malt to create a more robust, more hearty beer. Another one I've heard is that it's triple fermented, and it undergoes a triple, it's fermented twice, and then it undergoes a third fermentation on the bottle, where it is actually bottled with yeast in the bottle. The bottle itself this is actually one of the few kinds of beers out there you can actually cellar for an extended period of time. The date is stamped on the cork of when this was first bottled. And in a nutshell, this beer is a very long-lasting, very exquisite beer that can be stored for a very long time. I've had this before. This is actually one of my favorite Trappists, but before Chimay, it was only one of the only Trappists I was actually able to get. I would love to get a bottle of their quadruple or their double or their single, but this is so far the only one that's available here, and beggars can't be choosers. So, until I get myself hands on some of the other Trappist brews out there, this one will have to do. And it's not that bad. So, 8% ABV strong beer. It's created in the Belgian abbey style, but of course it's the Trappist triple style. Let's pop the cork off here. Now there's while I'm recording this video, I'll probably upload this at a later date, but while I'm uploading this is actually July of 2011, and I have a suspicion by looking at a number on the cork that I will pull the cork out now. These ones are usually in there pretty good, but I've got it out. And of course, there's your smoke, if you can see that. Puffing right out there in HD. Yeah, that's what I thought. 710. So this bottle has actually been aged a year. This has been sitting in the shelf in the liquor store for so long, and constantly has been kept cold on the shelf, of course. Either that or in the coolers at the Alcohol New Brunswick. This bottle of Trappe Tripel is actually aged a year, and that's kind of impressive, given that these beers usually age well. Anyway, let's give it a pour here and see what she looks like. Nice. Almost like a deep orange, apricot kind of orange, or blood orange. Like it's like orange colored with like a slight reddish hue, but it's very orange, and that head's kind of like a creamy off-white kind of color to it. If you can see that, the bubbles are more like a small to medium. Started with a one-finger head. Looks like it's dying off a little. And of course, being brewed with the bottled with yeast, it's not a filtered beer, and it's actually quite cloudy. Let's give it a sniff here. Is a very mild smell to it. You get little hints of pear and white grape, as well as a mustiness from the yeast. Maybe a hint of like red grape in the smell as well. It's very pleasing, and it's got a sweet smell to it. What is that? It's almost like a more pronounced note as it evaporates of a deeper fruit. Like apricot, or it's like pears and apricot and white grapes and red grapes. Maybe a hint of raisin. Definitely a sweet smell. And as the head's dissipating, that mustiness smell is going away. Well, you can see how it tastes. It's got a note of mild sweetness to the front of the mouth. The fruity sweetness combined with a grainy sweetness, like granulated sugar, and a hint of sourness. Those tastes are very mellow. You get a bit of that yeast character, and it's barely noticeable. And other than a touch of lingering bitterness at the very front of the mouth where that sweetness took place, there's nothing in the back. There's no lingering bitterness in the back. There's no hop character at all. The beer gets a puff of carbonation as it hits your tongue. But there's fluid enough to run down the back of your throat. But once that moment happens, it's gone. It's that dry. Fruity tastes have got like a sour kind of character, but it also with that white grape and pear taste. Very faint hint of like clove spice. Almost not there at all. But that said, it's rather exquisite. It's got a nice like big presence as it enters your mouth, and it's a medium to heavy beer, but it's dry. Like very dry. It disappears when it goes down the back of your throat. It's like it was there and then it's gone. Like the bottle says, taste the silence. Well, it's very silent after it goes down. And I've had this before. Given that this is a year old, I thought the taste, like that sweetness, when I got a fresh bottle when I drank this a while ago, it was very like almost abrasive in some of the taste characters. This, after a year, has mellowed out quite a bit. I might have to pick up another bottle of this to keep aside for a year. That's really nice. I mean, it's not like it's the best Trappist ale out there, but it's really good. I'm going to sit down with this one for a bit and come back with some thoughts. I'll be right back. And we're back with Koningshoven's Le Trappe Tripel. So what did I think of Koningshoven's Le Trappe Tripel? I thought it was very nice. I thought it had a nice, like, mild bitterness, a mild sweetness with a sour bitterness to it. Like a mild greeny sweetness that finished quite well with pear and white grape flavors. Maybe some hint of like clove spicing. It went down with a puff of carbonation, and then it was gone just like that, leaving only a little bit of lingering bitterness on the front of the tongue and not in the back, and fleeting like a memory. It's there and then it's gone. It's almost like you don't feel it go down your throat. And a mild sweetness with a touch of fruitiness to the tongue, the upper tongue. I thought this is one of my favorite Trappist beers, but it's not like as good as like Chimay Grand Reserve or as good as like Orval. I gotta give this one like a 4 out of 5, just because it's not a remarkably complex Trappist beer. It's definitely a good one. For example, if this was the only Trappist beer, much like it is in our stores, we get Orval too, but if this was your only option for a real big bottle of Trappist beer, I'd certainly give it a try. It's $8 a bottle up here, so I mean, it's definitely a treat. Something to enjoy on New Year's. Like, I had a couple of bottles of this for New Year's in celebration. I don't drink champagne. I drink good beer. But it's very good. And having a bottle that ended up turning out to be a year old, ended up being quite mellow. Like the tastes I'm used to in the Trappe Tripel are more robust. Like that grainy sweetness is more abrasive, whereas in this one they've mellowed out quite considerably, and that's after only a year. I might have to get I think I said earlier that I might have to get another bottle of this. Really good, and certainly recommended. So if you see it, try it. It's not the first Trappist brew that I would recommend to try, but if it's the only option you've got, certainly, definitely, you owe it to yourself to try it. You owe it to yourself to try it anyway. So 4 out of 5. Thanks for watching Maxwell Starr's Beer Review. Hope you enjoyed the show, and subscribe if you want to see more. Talk to you soon. Bye.